Historically, Spain is called the cemetery of missionaries. I would say that less than 1%, maybe less than 0.5% of Spaniards believe in Jesus Christ as their Savior. So it's very difficult that someone from outside can come and preach the gospel and then we pay attention to him. We're very stubborn, we are very proud. When I came to know Christ, I felt him telling me that he wanted me to serve him in a very special way. But for some reason, because of my stupidity, above all my sin, I forgot that, and I lived a very stupid life. I remember that I went out to party with my friends on Saturday night until late in the morning, and then on Sunday, having barely slept, I prepared myself as best as I could, and I went to church. I wanted to have the best of both worlds, when in reality I had the worst of both worlds. I got to a point where I didn't know where to go. I didn't have the money to continue paying for my degree at the university. I didn't have the money to pay for my apartment. They offered me to pay for me to go to the seminary in Madrid for free, and I went. I didn't go to the seminary because I was a godly man who wanted to serve the Lord. I went to the seminary because I had no other way out. God closed all the rest of the doors and used my sin, my stupidity, my incompetence to get me where He wanted me to be. The truth is, from the moment I entered the seminary, I began to be in a healthy and biblical environment almost for the first time in my life in an integral way. It completely changed the way I see the world. One of the professors that I had in the seminary here in Madrid was Rich Brown. He is a missionary with ABWE.
I was teaching a class at Cephalon, which is a Bible institute in Madrid, and one of my students was a guy named Miguel. I invited Miguel out to coffee to talk to him about coming to work with us as a missionary. Now, our church had been praying 2 years prior to that God would send us somebody who was willing to serve the Lord, somebody who was a servant. Then in 2020, many years later, we officially recommended him as the lead pastor of our church.
Ours is the only church in this area of the city of Alcalá de Henares, with approximately 50,000 people. So, the truth is that God is being very faithful, very good. But we find ourselves with many problems in being able to manage the entire church with the resources we have, and with the limitations of space we have too. There are people who ask us, why instead of buying a bigger place, we don't open another church somewhere else? We prefer to be independent, to be in a position to help and to send others instead of having to receive help, to be able to be a blessing to other people. It is impossible that we can buy and prepare a place with the needs we have to be able to grow our church. So that is why our prayer is that there may be servants of God who can invest in the work of God here in Spain. Our God is the God of the impossible, and I am living proof that a real Spaniard can kneel before God and say, Lord Christ, save me because I need you.